Good evening and welcome to Weather Fans Live here on Thursday, the 20th of July, 2023.
2023. I thought I'm going to get a little dance on there, Michael.
Always do with the music countdown.
I know, having his little boogie in the background. Anyway, hope everyone's well tonight. Stuck in a rut, as usual, with the weather, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see where the weather's going to go in the next 10 to 14 days, because the Met Office are saying we might get out of this rut, but I don't know. It's hard to see at the moment.
I don't know. I think I've said in the past, sometimes it just takes a tropical storm just to play with the jet stream and knock it about. But
Yeah.
well, I've got the tropics in a second. I was just having a look actually at the National Hurricane Centre, where we did have subtropical Don, but we'll have a look at him in just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm beginning to wonder if it's going to interact with our jet stream in the next week or so. If it does, it just could hopefully start shifting things.
I'm just having a look. I'm just pulling up the ECMWF website at the moment and having a look.
Yeah.
Let's see. There is something here for Don for the next week. I mean, you can do Don and then I'll come to it.
Yeah. Well, we'll take a look at the National Hurricane Centre. Have you got tropical tidbits at all?
I have indeed. How did you know?
It's not like we'd spoke about it in the background.
Right. Let me just get the right area. Oh, here we go. Tropical storm Don.
Okay, I'll just bring up up to date with the latest with what's going on in the tropical Atlantic. We'll have a look at the Pacific side.
Mm-hmm.
And just a couple of things. We'll talk about Don, then we're going to talk about that yellow X down the bottom, which is down here. So let's have a look at the latest from the National Hurricane Centre. So as you can see, we've got Don. This time last week it was a subtropical Don, but he's now a full-on Don. It's a proper tropical Don.
A long Don. This Don's been going on for too long.
Considering now, I think this update's got 4 times a day from the National Hurricane Centre. Is it something like that? 4 to 6 times a day?
Something like that.
I mean, on advisory 26, so it just gives you an idea how long Don's been around for. So at the moment, he is in the mid-Atlantic, just not affecting anything. These islands here are the Azores Islands.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, there's Bermuda, so it's literally turning around in the middle of the Atlantic, not causing any problems to anybody, unless you're on a ferry. So yeah, currently maximum sustained winds of 50 miles an hour and moving west to northwest at 8 miles an hour. And its track is gradually turns. Teeth in, please. Turns towards the northwest to north before turning to northeast when it starts to weaken to a tropical depression. Subtropical depression. So I'm beginning to wonder if if the jet streams around here, could it perhaps interact with the jet stream? We'll have a look at the jet stream a bit later on, I think.
Yeah. I've got the infrared and satellite for Don. Let me just go to here, go to share screen.
Yeah.
Go right away. There we go. So this is the tropical storm Don. So yeah, this is tropical storm Don at the moment. As you can see, this is the infrared. And I'm going to say I'll pull up the water vapor. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, hang on.
You can see where it's got a broad line there where the cold air's meeting it.
Oh, yeah.
Just there, like this. So it'd be interesting to see what that looks like on the fax charts, if it's a tri-point or if this is warm front. Because I would imagine that'd be a warm front because all the warm air is going to be in this sector here.
Yeah, maybe like colder to its north.
Yeah, so let's have another nosy. See what else we can drag up. So now we've had a look at that one. So hang on, yeah, we'll go to this ECMWF thing anyway. So share this tab. There we go. So whoop, Windows
is that you, dear?
That was mine. That was mine. Naughty Windows. Anyway, so this is what the ECMWF is reckoning may happen with Don over the next 10 days. As you can see there, 240 hours, that's 10 days. Anyway, so Don will pass within 120 kilometer radius in the next 240 hours. The tracks are solid, so that's the track I believe it will take up there towards Newfoundland. The dots are the ensemble means, so these here. So they actually bring it coming back within in the 10 days on the ensemble mean anyway, as you can see there. And then it kind of takes a sharp right turn and starts to come back on itself again. So that, I think it's bumping up against that Azores high again.
Yeah. We'll take a look at the pressure charts in just a little while.
So these are the percentages of what the ECM reckons will be with Don. It's a tropical depression pretty much up to Saturday, and then it starts to take over as a tropical storm. And then it just, the confidence wears off after that, and it kind of becomes a tropical depression again. So it's possible it's just going to meander. It looks like it's just going to really dawdle about. See what else there is. Tropical storm track. Let's have a look at the track. There we go. So that's its lifetime. So it's gone. Is it on there? I don't know.
I think that's the path. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's currently around here.
So it's kind of looped around itself.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, 1, 2, 3 tropical typhoon, hurricane. So yeah, it's pretty much been either a tropical depression or a tropical storm. It hasn't really gained hurricane intensity.
No.
So look at the verification. So yeah, you can see it there. Look, it's pretty much broad. Much happening with that. See if there's any others. No, not at the moment. They're all different ones. Right, I'll go to the UKV just briefly because there ain't really much to.
I was just going to carry before you do. We'll just kind of carry on with the National Hurricane Centre.
Yeah, crack on, Michael. Yeah, take over, mate. Take over.
Yeah,
I'll stop sharing.
Just like some of the tropics.
Mm-hmm.
So when the Central Pacific, and what we can see is Hawaii there, and that was what's left of, was it Calvin?
Yes.
Yes, it is. So as of 8 a.m. HST time, so I'm guessing that's Hawaiian time, around 400 miles southwest of Honolulu, Hawaii, a surface trough, the remnants of tropical cyclone Calvin, is moving west around 50 miles an hour. Thunderstorms have increased near that trough. However, atmospheric conditions are not conducive for tropical cyclone development, and it's a 0% chance of reforming again.
It's marching on at a fair old lick, isn't it? It's going along at 15 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's the end of Calvin now. Not expect to see anything with it now.
No, we've got this one down at the bottom here. Look, that's the one.
Yeah, that X is this little feature. Well, this feature here. It's disturbance 1, 60% chance of cyclone formation in 48 hours. So showers of thunderstorms associated with an area of low pressure located several hundred miles southwest of the southern tip of Baja California Peninsula have become a little more organized this morning. Environmental conditions remain marginally conducive for further development of this system during the next day or so. and a short-lived tropical depression could form while it moves west-northwestward at 15 miles an hour of the central portion of the Eastern Pacific Basin. By Saturday, further development is not expected as the system moves over cooler waters and encounters strong upper-level winds. So I'm guessing that probably be the jet stream, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find that actually. I don't know if it's an invest or what. 'Cause I've got 3 different invests. I've got Tropical Storm Don, then Hawaii, Central Pacific, Eastern Pacific. There we go.
Are you on? Sorry, have you still got Tropical Tidbits?
That's the one I'm trying to get up now, mate. I'm just trying
I wouldn't promote too much that. I'm more on Tropical Tidbits. Does it show you the Saharan dust layer?
No, that's on the ECM, I think. Let me just have a look on that. Oh, actually, I know the website. Bear with me a minute. I know it's something to do with the Barcelona thing. Bear with me. I'm just going to try and.
I think the one thing we need to really keep an eye on is this tropical depression in the Eastern Atlantic.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you can't find that, then if you've got like the predicted path of it over the next couple of weeks or so.
I'm just going to try and find it. I know this. It's Copernicus, isn't it? Or is it Copernicus? Right. You can tell we're organised.
So I'll just talk about what's happening here.
Yeah, that's fine.
So as of 2 p.m. EDE time, a tropical wave located a few hundred miles southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands is currently interacting with the intertropical convergence zone. The combination of these features is producing an elongated area of showers and thunderstorms over the eastern and central tropic Atlantic. While dry air to the north may prevent significant organization during the day or two, environmental conditions could become more conducive for some development later this weekend as the system moves westward across the central tropic Atlantic. And the chance of formation in the next 48 hours is 0%, and formation chance of the next 7 days is 20%. This really needs to be watched because I think there's like maybe some Saharan level, perhaps around about this location here. As it starts to track westwards, once it comes out of that, with the seas bubbling hot across the Caribbean and into the Gulf of Mexico, if that starts to turn northwestward, that there is a potential of this really developing. So that's why I would like to, if possible, if Paul has got them up, if he's got the.
We'll try and find what I can find. I've only got the Copernicus one. I haven't got anything for NOAA. So I've got the European one. So give us an idea of which way it's blowing, you know, where the dust is.
I think as Tropical Tidbit's got like a surface pressure chart forecast.
It has, yes.
If you go into that, then you should be able to see if everything does develop, shows anything developing over the next 7 to 14 days, I think.
Yeah, I'm just going to go on to, where was it? The Atlantic?
Yeah.
Central Atlantic. Well, central to eastern Atlantic. There we go.
Atlantic. As long as it's got, you can see like parts of America on it. I swear there's one on there.
Right. I've got something.
Sea level pressure chart.
Yes, I've got the wide one. I've got the GFS for the whole, like the wide. There we go.
That's the one.
So you've got this low here over Africa at the moment.
No, it's not that one. It's the one. If you go straight down, that's the low there.
So that could be one of the invests.
That's it. That will be that one there.
Yeah. So let me just forward it on.
Just want to see what that does. What's forecast for that to happen?
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. So I was just seeing if I could do anything. I'm just going to. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Now we can see.
Yeah.
Oh, looks QT. So yes. So if you keep an eye on that low at the bottom there, look.
Yeah, I'll say anything if I see anything significant developing.
It's dawdling, but then we've got another cluster just starting to come out of Africa there. Look on the conveyor belt, and that's starting to develop.
Yeah, I'm just watching that now. See what that does. So it's currently at 1,015.
Yeah, and we've got Don up here at 1,012.
So yeah, let's just stop there a second. Actually, it is that Azor's high that's stopping Don doing anything, and it just starts to go around the top of that high, and that's probably why it dies off Don.
Yeah, it's squeezing, really squeezing that Azor's high.
Because that Azor's high that actually bridges up to the more or less Greenland. Actually, looking at that.
Yes, look. Then where they're on the other side. So
let's keep an eye on that low pressure then.
So Don just dies a death, really. Look, there's Don. That low's gone, but there's another cluster of thunderstorms.
I'm still watching that actually. So I wonder if anything develops a bit later on. So if you keep running through,
it re-emerges.
Yeah.
There's the remnants of Don up here. There's that low again here. And we've got this conveyor of thunderstorms coming out of Africa. So Don just becomes a little bit of a dip in the thing just over here. Look, there's that low that Michael's on about.
Yeah, I reckon once it gets into around the Caribbean, around Hispaniola, I've got a feeling it could just blow up.
Yeah, we've got another one here just starting to develop.
Yeah. So it's
about 1,009, something like that. It's kind of gone into that.
Looking at the latest, actually over Hispaniola at the moment.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem to do much.
No.
But look at the Azores high though. It's actually flattening out. So that brings us a more southerly component into our weather rather than a northerly component.
Also, we go to a flat westerly, don't we?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Just keep. Well, I was going to say keep eye on this here. But,
so I'm looking along that boundary there.
I reckon there's dry air in that.
Yeah.
As soon as it's like that area, it just dies out. It would be interesting to see what the overview looks like actually at the moment. You know, the full overview, see if there's any kind of line coming out of it. Interesting.
Yeah.
Still
just keep bringing that forward, see what that does to the UK. I think that might swing to the northwest towards Scotland, I reckon.
Yep, that's that Azores high ridges. It's ridging. It's ridging.
And you got another layer of low pressure going over the top of it.
Yeah.
So what we know, August the 3rd is that?
Correct. So that
I'm still looking along the southern.
Yeah.
I'm still looking underneath. I can't see anything developing at the moment
as well. This one here might be one to watch as well. Another cluster
things. Things seem to be trying to picking up there, isn't there?
Yeah. Well,
look at that low towards the southwest of the UK.
Yep. Ooh. Hello. Might it not? So that's bringing us a southeasterly.
Yeah.
That's by the 5th. That's at the end of the run.
I'll have a look at that. And so what's that? The GFS, is it?
That is the GFS, yeah. I mean, I can pull it up now if you want. So I've got everything here. So if you want to, let's have a look. 850. Let's have a look. Maybe lower dynamics, wouldn't it? There we go. No, I'll let you do it, Michael.
Okay, no worries.
Oh, hang on, there we go. Says that low there, look, it's just showing back end of it. So it's quite pokey, but it's not really showing anything in terms of wind or like that. Right, I'm going to chuck this over to you, Michael, on that note, so we can have a look at that run, but from your perspective.
Yeah, so let's have a look at the latest facts chart, see exactly what's going on out there at the moment. And I think my signal's going again for some strange reason. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, mate.
Yeah. Just for some reason, my thing came up as like signal's going a bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been mostly a dry day today. There's still been a few showers around, but nothing like what we've had recently. This is the latest facts chart from the Met Office as of midday today. We've got a ridge of high pressure across the UK, very light winds. We've got this weather front towards the north of Scotland, and we've got this feature just out to the Bay of Biscay. And looks like possibly like a thundery low down towards Iberia. So that could bring us some severe thunderstorms. Actually, I'll have a look at the lightning detector actually after this. So let's bring that forward to this time tomorrow. And also we've got some showers affecting perhaps northern areas there. Perhaps northern England, parts of the Midlands and East Anglia. And we've got that possibly thundery low actually down there, but that's not going to come anywhere near us. We'll hope it does, but it won't. And we've got the weather fronts waiting in the wings for guess what? Yes, the weekend yet again. So we've got all these weather fronts here. I just noticed how the facts chart there has gone a bit straight lined.
It's a succession of weather fronts just waiting.
Let's bring that through to midday on Saturday. Then also we could have some spells of rain and showers again. It looks like it's a bit breezier for Saturday. As we're going to Sunday, out of low pressure sat across the UK again. Probably definitely won't be as windy as it was last weekend, but still be some wind around. I'm just noticing that DOM's down here on the screen. Let's bring that forward through into Sunday, and as you can see, low pressure still there, bringing a band of like more organised rain there for Sunday. There's the Azores High still ridging into the mid-Atlantic, and Don's on its western flank. I think that's when we start seeing Don actually starts to make its presence felt towards. Make its way towards the northeast. It's just still sitting around there. Then it becomes ex-Don as we go into Monday, and we've still got low pressure sat across the UK, giving us spells of some showers or rain across much northern Europe. So, shall we have a look at the GFS?
Yeah, that's right.
So let's have a look at the latest from the GFS. So we've got the surface pressure charts before having a look at the 850. We'll take this forward through to probably around about this time next week. So there's a surface pressure charts from the latest run of GFS. There's the ridge of high pressure towards the west. There's Don there in the mid-Atlantic. Let's bring that forward. So we set area of low pressure developing towards our northwest and towards the UK for the weekend. Of course it would be. That ridge of high pressure extends up towards Greenland. Then Don just, I'll say, clips Newfoundland before weakening. Then we've got a bit of like a cool northerly there, really, developing there. So all that heat across the Med, and we're getting like a northerly shot, really. Long fetch northeasterly through into Manila. Well, for good temperatures, I'm guessing that probably like stuck in the teens. So that low pressure starts to move over towards Scandi. It's like a bit of a ridge there. It's like for Wednesday before the next area of low pressure tries to move down actually from northwest. It might just bring some trailing weather fronts. But we mentioned this where there was like the Azores high starts to flatten out a bit. So we could have a bit of a ridge there maybe for the weekend. Then another area of low pressure set towards our northwest. Will that cross the country? Again, it seems to be kept up there. It was like got higher pressure towards our south. So we've got a bit of a long fetch southwesterly there, extending through to the central Atlantic. So that could bring a spell of rain there on that southwesterly flow. That moves to the north. Then we've got that low pressure again out of the Atlantic. So what I'm trying to think, I'm trying to work out the orientation. So a bit of a mishmash there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's diving southeasterly into it.
Then will it come up from the Azores? That's the question. From the Bay of Biscay.
Yeah.
So we're in a bit of a cold there. And that actually seems to develop in the Bay of Biscay, actually, if you look at that. So that latest run develops an area of low pressure in the Bay of Biscay. And that starts to turn the winds up from the southeast, which is quite interesting. So with that in the Bay of Biscay, we'll get the winds coming from the east-southeast. I've looked at the appears on that. With that, obviously we can't base the forecast on one more run, but this is like a suggestion, shall we say. If it keeps popping up, then we'll keep an eye on that for the foreseeable. So no surprise really, we're underneath the greens. So we're underneath cool upper air temperatures. And one thing which is starts to annoy me, which I've seen keep popping its head up, is like all Met Office have said that hot temperatures are coming on this date. No, they haven't, and no, they never will. The only thing I've said is there's a few hints to drier weather conditions once we go into August. Just hints, not an exact date of when it'll happen. Just knows when the media do that. Yeah, it's going to hit 30 degrees at 4 p.m. on August the 17th. So anyway, there's that cooler air coming around, that air of low pressure for Monday and Tuesday. Then we get a bit of a warm sector skirting across the south there on Thursday. All the hot airs across the Med still. Under cool, fairly cool conditions. There's a hint of southwesterly there, which will bring the upper airs up a bit. Then if we actually look at on Monday the 31st, there's hints of that. There's the 20-degree isotherms seems to be over central France. I think we picked it up on Sunday as well that we're noticing that the upper airs will start to hit central France around about this time. And the plus 15-degree isotherm is actually almost like the long English Channel there. Actually, I think it does actually get into the southeast there. The temperatures will be interesting to have a look at that. With that southwesterly flow, any breaks in the cloud there, that'll shoot the temperature up into the high 20s, I would guess, easily. So let's see what happens once that low develops in the Bay of Biscay. With all that hot air actually over towards Central Europe, if we could tap into that. Well, if that's why that really develops. So saying that, it does actually turn cooler towards Central Europe. But then that hot air took them behind on that southeastern quadrant. Oh, if we could bring it another day or two there.
I know. Just flirting.
Yeah. Look at that 15-degree isotherm straight across like Norway, really.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the temperatures. There's probably nothing to write home about, but do we get any hints of any warmth on this latest run? So, like it has been for the last few weeks, temperatures looking at the high teens, perhaps low 20s, southeast, and looking quite cool on Saturday with that spell of rain or showers. Temperatures around about 13, 14 degrees. Maybe could squeak 20 down the southeast. Sunday, and it's also we expect some sunshine to come out across parts of England and Wales. Temperatures could get into the low 20s, and I'm guessing there could be like a rain band across the central belt into northern England. Temperatures struggling to get much into double figures. Then Monday, I was like that band could be across northern England into parts of the Midlands. Temperatures struggling to get much into the teens. Warmer weather down the southeast, like 2021, maybe 13, 14 parts of Midlands, northern England, and even into Scotland. So that's where we have got that cool northerly wind, really. At the moment, Tuesday's looking more or less what it's been like for the last few weeks, really. High teens. Then could be hints there of getting into the low 20s for next Wednesday. Then as we head into next Thursday, temperatures like hitting the low 20s for much of England and Wales there, away from northwest Scotland. Into about 25, 26 there towards the southeast. I think it's around about this time frame where there's hints of maybe some warmer air aloft. But again, it's down to cloud amounts if we can break through that cloud. Because that's when we get our southwesterly flow. So Saturday the 29th, as it stands, low to mid 20s. And we can see the heat build towards France there. So we've got low to mid 20s across much of England and Wales. Then nearby France, we've got temps up to 36, 37 degrees. Any hints of that getting close to the UK?
Say closer, but not close enough.
Yeah, as it stands, Monday the 31st, temps into perhaps the mid 20s there. And it's getting very close to the north coast of France there. Anything above 33 degrees when you start seeing the whites. So I think I mentioned it could hit 30 down the southeast. So perhaps signs of warmth coming up. Again, we're only looking at one model run compared to different runs, and that heat seems to push more towards the north of Europe, into the Low Countries. And temperatures are back down to the high teens, low 20s at the end of this run. I think we just need like another day or two of all that heat start to build back up again. Unfortunately, that's 12 o'clock and temperature already into the mid-20s, so potentially there. So maybe it's just not warming up. Actually, one thing we'll look up before I come off the net weather, if I can find it. Let's have a look at the ECM ensembles. Let's see, See if it will give us a hint of anything. If a warming trend is forming. Just go central as normal. So I've got the 2 meter temperatures. So 2 meter temperatures, that's like we are seeing like a hint of warming actually as we head. So where does that go up to? That goes up to the 4th of August. So yeah, this is where we've got an area of low pressure coming in for the weekend just here. Hence why the minimum highs and lows are quite close together. Then there are hints of a warming trend as we head into the end of the month. That's got temperatures in the West Midlands up to around about 25 degrees. If I move that down to, I say, London way, or say Surrey, which I know is just south of London, it's got temperatures there up getting close to the high 20s. Sea level pressure charts, any hints of any high pressure moving in? Actually, a bit of a mixed bag there looking at that. But a huge scatter there as we're heading towards the end of the month. So it's like still all to play for. And there's that area of low pressure coming in for the weekend with this dip here. And then that low moves away, then perhaps it's like more hints of another low coming in towards the end of the month. And 850. So look at that. There's quite a few hints there. Obviously, quite relatively cool. Probably looking around about 5 degrees actually at 850 HPA. Then signs of it turning a little bit warm with that low pressure coming in before dropping off again. And then there's that huge scatter. Some going below around about 3 degrees at 850. There's a few hints there above 16 degrees at 850. So it's all to play for the start of August. And let's have a look at the total precipitation. Again, this is for the West Midlands. I just put it based in the central of England, really. I don't know what's going on with that one computer model there, but that's hinting around about 140 millimeters of rain forecast between now and the 4th of August. So something, I must say it's been drinking Red Bull or something. And I was expecting like a huge deluge of rain actually with that model run there. So it looks like that could be ensemble number 20. So looking at overall, what I say for the West Midlands, we're looking around about an average there about 40 to 60 millimeters of rain between now and the 4th of August. But just that blue line there, that's showing what from 60, about a good 60 millimeters of rain in about a day or two. What's going on with that?
It's off on its own.
Yeah. So one thing I'm just going to put on the screen there. Windy.com. Because I do actually like that website. Someone suggested. I'll bring it up on the screen. Actually, I'll bring that on the screen straight away. Let's take you away from there. So I've got the latest lightning detector. So there's a few shows across the UK at the minute. We've got that band, what's like a band of rain just there. And that was showing, the pressure charts were showing a bit of some showers there across Spain there. But the latest thunderstorms, again, pinging away towards the north of Italy and parts of Switzerland and Austria. That one over Milan looks like a supercell looking at that. So look at the satellite for that. That's definitely some big thunderstorms there with that. I'm guessing with the temperature difference. Let's have a look at the temperature contrast there. So even though it's probably like at 11 o'clock at night, some areas are still like at 29 degrees. You okay there?
Yeah. Feeling a bit hoarse.
Sounds like it.
Yeah,
So, yeah, definitely one heck of a thunderstorm there. Is somebody there that can record it for us?
Yeah, is that one in near Ljubljana, Zagreb, Croatia, Slovenia, Austria, into the Baltic? Is it not Baltic? The Balkans.
Yeah.
And then you got another one there in Bosnia and Herzegovina, the old Yugoslavia area. So you got one there, beautiful one there over Slovenia.
Yeah, let's have a zoom in on that one actually.
So yeah, just to the east of Ljubljana.
Is that how you say it?
That is how you say it, yeah, Ljubljana.
Just see if there's any definition of these which suggests that perhaps any hot echoes. It just seems to be like normal thunderstorms.
It'd be nice and dark there now. It'd be interesting to see a webcam from that.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could click on one at places and see. I'm sure they have webcams on these. If you zoom back in again.
Yeah. Zoom back in.
And then like click somewhere near there, it'll usually come with a webcam. Usually does at the bottom. It does on the normal one anyway. Just the sounding. Or on one of the place names.
Wow, look at the intensity in that, 133 millimeters an hour. If it stays there for a whole hour.
Jesus. 205? How much?
That would cause flooding, wouldn't it?
Will cause some flooding.
So it's pinging away.
Indeed it is.
Is that just for Europe? Does it go across to America as well? Let's have a little nosy. Oh, okay, that's handy to know.
America's going mental.
So a few storms across Kentucky, Tennessee there. Got some more thunderstorms towards Detroit. So look at the temperatures. Is that going to be Fahrenheit or?
No, it's in Celsius.
So this is actually right now. So let's look at this heat wave while we happen to be this side of the world. Good grief! Look at this temperature up to like 40 degrees at
47 there in Phoenix. 47. Humour. So you can zoom in and get some local temperatures.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I was just going to do then.
So you can find it.
There's a 48.
Yep.
In Blythe and Mexicali.
We go in a bit zoomier. Zoom it in a bit more. 46. So it'll be like the peak of the heat over there now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Whereabouts is Death Valley?
It's. Oh. Now you're asking me. It would be in that. Down there somewhere near Phoenix.
So Las Vegas, 44 degrees. That is incredible.
The valley's in California, just near the Baja. So if you come down from
there's LA currently at 34 degrees.
So it'll be in it's more up that way towards Buckeye and Phoenix.
So yeah, there's a 48 there, so that is just still ridiculously hot.
Otherwise, you're heading towards Mexico then. It's sort of like on the border between Arizona and California.
Oh, there's a 49 at El Centro.
I'm just trying to find the nearest. All I know is it's in Sierra Nevada Mountains, to the east of the Sierra Nevada.
So look at that El Centro, temperature 49 degrees tomorrow as well.
Mm-hmm.
Before cooling down to 48 on Saturday and 47 on Sunday, 48 on Monday, 48 on Tuesday. So that heat wave still continuing across parts of...
Yeah, it's just to the east of... to the west of Las Vegas, apparently.
Assuming...
This is what I meant by webcams.
Sorry?
This is what I meant by the webcams. You can see then.
So let's... What if I didn't zoom in enough on the other place? Let's have a look back at the... So that's the incredible heat wave going on across America. It's going to fly across the Atlantic. Oh, there's Dom with the circulation. Let's back to the storms and see if we've got any webcam for...
Death Valley hit the hottest midnight on record with 120 Fahrenheit.
That's about 44 degrees, is it?
Something along them lines.
So if I click... Hang on. If I click a time name, webcams in vicinity.
48, Michael, nearly 49.
At midnight?
At midnight.
Christ alive.
Yeah, I'm just reading that on this website.
So I've got a webcam in that area there. See the clouds, but whoa!
What the heck?
Just stop that there a second.
Yeah.
So 8 hours ago, 7 hours ago, 6 hours ago, 5 hours ago.
You can see them bubblies in the background there, look.
Yeah.
And collies. 3, 2.
You can see them coming over the mountains there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Flipping heck. That's like the one I saw, that wall cloud. A massive wall cloud, that is. Just looping over. And then, I don't know, 18 minutes ago.
Wow. So look some more from that area there. So we're just having a bit of a play here.
Yeah, 130 Fahrenheit in Death Valley. On 3 hours ago, reached 131.
Oh, doesn't show much of the road on there. The sky.
55 Celsius. 55 Celsius in Death Valley.
God.
Yeah.
No, it's not sure. So, guys, we're just having a little bit of a play around here and see if we've got any webcams close to the... We'll have a look at Milan because I'm guessing with that kind of area, there should be quite a lot of...
Yeah. Dan Wiggins just said hello. Just
good evening to you. Oh, actually, that's the back of that because it looks like quite a nice webcam, actually.
Mm-mm.
So you can't see anything there. Not quite anything there. You can see the sky starts to turn colour there.
Yeah. They'll seem to be breaking out just before sunset, which is generally the time they tend to go up anyways.
Come round a bit there, it's a bit further west.
Hello, Facebook user.
So I've got to try Milan.
Only 30 degrees in Milan. That's the with the cathedral at Milan. Interesting hot day there.
Yeah, well, I think spend too much time playing with this outdoor.
I know you can get a bit carried away with Windy sometimes. It's got so much on it.
I'm going to click on one place and see if there's anything there.
There was a thunderstorm earlier, wasn't there, over it?
Yeah, that's what that's why I'm going back to see if there's anything showing on here. So it would be probably just then. So there's something there.
Passes over in about an hour or two, doesn't it? And then it's gone.
Yeah. So yeah, anything thunderstorm wise, it's gone very quiet out there. Just give me a second to sneeze.
That's you, sir.
Thank you. So really, it's just gone all quiet out there. There's a few showers around, and there's probably some hints of some showers tomorrow. Nothing dramatic, I would say, at the minute.
No.
It's just a case of rinse, repeat, and it's like something as that. If you want any proper thunderstorms, head towards the Alps.
Yeah.
That's all we can say, really. Got more.
Not much to say, really. The weather's just so flat at the moment. We're trying to find weather.
Yeah.
That is basically what we are doing at the moment.
Yeah, so I think we're just going to call it a night. We're back on Sunday.
Yes.
Well, I don't know what we'll do. We'll find something. Let's have the latest.
Yeah, we'll see what the latest. And yeah, are you just having a look at the latest for a year or?
Yeah. Sorry, guys, but I'd love to say it's going to be very hot next week. So one of the few models perhaps showing hints of game.
If the weather's boring on Sunday, if we can get enough people on, we could have a game of like pick a city lottery or something in the comment section.
Or play last week and this week.
Yeah, and we'll just have a look at a webcam on Windy or something if we can. Big shout out to Windy as well for letting us use the website.
Actually, you've just given me an idea. Actually, if there's nothing really happening next week, we could even have a look at the American camps if there's any tornado outbreaks, maybe.
That might be interesting. See if we can get permission.
We'll see what happens in the next 48 to 72 hours.
Yeah, we might be able to see if we can get some permission to use people's streams, because we don't want a copyright strike against us. But
yeah. We'd love to bring you exciting weather or something happen with weather, but it's just nothing really. It's just some showers or rain coming through.
Yeah, we've got 45 seconds to kill 20. Should we just...
Well, I'll leave now then.
No, the weather is rubbish. And it will rain 30 seconds.
So, as I mentioned, the quick summary is just more another layer of low pressure will come in through the UK over the weekend.
Yeah.
Spells of wind and rain. Not as windy as last weekend.
10 seconds.
That's it.
It's good night from him.
And it's good night from him on that side tonight.
Yep.
Right, we're going now, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again on Sunday night. Ta-ta for now.